Hello everyone, this is Hamta again and welcome back to our channel. Together we care, together we share. First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you for all the love, support and appreciation you have been showing us lately. It truly means a lot to all of us, and we have also been discussing and saying to each other that these are the reason what keeps us motivating and what keeps us wanting to make more creative or informative or even meaningful videos that could help or would help a lot of people like who connects with us. And we genuinely enjoyed all the comments that you have been sending. We hope we keep connecting with each other, and through this video we can help one another. So in this video, I thought I would sit and talk about something that was in my mind for quite some time, and I think most of you who will hear it or who is going to hear this would relate and would also experience the same thing. And before we get into everything, once again, let me remind you, I am not here trying to act like an expert, or I'm not here trying to act like a professional to correct or to judge anybody or any caregiver who have children with special needs at home or even in the service or even in the center anywhere else. This is genuinely coming from a place of concern or place of awareness or understanding. Okay, let me start with a question. Have you all ever wondered, or have you all ever experienced, or have you all ever noticed while trying to protect a children with special needs, we, you, I, or anyone may unknowingly or unintentionally hold them back instead, trying to be overprotective? Right, exactly. This is exactly why I want to talk about this, and it's completely understandable. And this is why I wanted to speak on few things, or a few common parental habits, or I wouldn't say it mistake, I would just say like a misconception we tend to make while tackling or while handling children with special needs, because these are the small things, and these are the small impact that could have a bigger impact on the child's confidence and growth in the days to come. The first and foremost important point I want to speak on, or I have noticed everywhere, almost everywhere, is when parents or caregiver perform or do everything for the children. And this is not oftentimes, I'm not talking about sometimes, I'm talking about on a regular basis. I understand that the intention is not bad, and it is the parents feeling to not let the child struggle much and later end up getting frustrated, but only when the child will try, the child will succeed. I have seen it many times, and this is not applicable only for the children with special needs. I have seen it with each and everybody. I've seen it even on myself. So what I'm saying is, when you hold someone too tight, it becomes less space for them to move in, and later just naturally think that they will be dependent on that eventually till the end. Now, if my phone case, please don't judge, I'm not flexing, this is my phone case, I want to catch this in my hand and I want to keep it firm, and how it is, I want to let it remain as it is. I can simply hold like this, it will remain the same, no damage will be caused. But if I hold too tight and crush it more and more, you see what happens? There's a chance of breaking it. The same way is applicable to the children, especially when they're trying to respond for the first time or the second time, or when they're trying to wear their shoes, or when they're trying to do some tasks on their own. I see parents just stepping in and say that, no beta, let me do it. No, it's not that way, let me do it. No, it's I'm here, let me do it. I think that's some error that I have found. Instead, you can try by saying some encouragement words like, okay, chalo beta, good try, it's okay, do as much as you can, the rest I'm there. I think that's completely so simple, and it works. Always remember, confidence takes time. And it will develop in a child only when you give them space to trust, when you give them space to try on them, trust on them, have a belief on them that they can be independent too. That's that. Now, the second point I'm going to speak on is when we focus more on their weakness and less on their strength. This is very common and it's a serious concern, guys. This is a serious concern because I've seen this in each and every household. It can occur anytime, any moment, or anywhere too. I'm talking about when parents become too worried about their problems or about their difficulties, or their children lagging behind, or when children fail to complete the challenges as compared or a bit slower than their peer groups. I see the reaction coming from the parents that can be a big negative impact for the children. And here I wanted to speak specifically on the children with special needs, because only when you appreciate your children, then they will be able to continue doing things. For example, you see an autistic children, or you see a children with hyperactivity disorder. They are weaker in areas like social interaction or bonding with others or getting along with others, but they are very artistic in nature. I have seen many of my students who sit right in the center, in the corner, away from everyone, but minding their own business and doing the things so beautifully, and the result I have seen is amazing. So when the children's hear constantly again and again, or some negative comments from parents or from anybody, like, why are you always behind, and why do you always fail, you cannot be like others, it naturally impacts them. It will weaken their confidence level so much that later they would not even believe in themselves. They would only think about the most hurt sentences that is coming from the parents or from the people, that you can't do this, you are not that, you are not this. The not word will always ring in their ear, and this is somewhere or the other a big issue to talk about. So rather, I suggest you say, yes champ, you can do it. It's okay even if you fail here. There are many other areas where you can try. Not every human being is perfect in each and everything that you do. You can try saying such things, because children are the ones who need more appreciation, and it is only when we appreciate or only when we encourage them, even with the tiniest bit or even in their first attempt, we will start seeing that there will be more improvements. They will believe in themselves and have faith in themselves. Third point, and in this point I know I'm going to get a lot of thumbs up, because it is about comparison. It's the most hated words to ever exist in this world. I'm talking about the children who get, or the parents with special needs tend to compare with the other children's. And when I talk about other children, sometimes it also happens with their own siblings, their own family members, their own close circle friends, or even their neighbors. They may compare them thinking that it will motivate them, or it will just boost their energy level to work more harder. No, I don't think so. I have seen that it creates only sadness, patience, low self-esteem, and insecurity. I am not kidding. It just creates that, and it becomes bigger and bigger, to the extent that later it will mentally disturb them. I am talking about parents or a guide or a mentor or a caregiver or anybody in this world who compares somebody's strength with somebody's weakness. I completely understand if they're on the same baseline, and once progress becomes higher and a bit lesser, it is totally understandable to just say that okay, this time I think you could not make it, but surely next time you will make it. If one can, why can't you? That's the way. Because comparison is something everybody would not want to get compared. I do not want to personally to get compared, because everyone is born differently, everyone is created differently, we all have different kind of skills that is inborn. It's just that you will have to outshine, and it only helps through an appreciation. In this video I'm only talking about appreciation, so mind you, this is the key word, and also the key or the most important feature when you need to handle, or when you need to guide a children with special needs, and also the children in the schools. Fourth thing I wanted to share is when the whole disability becomes the main center of attraction. And in this I meant when the whole conversation, sometimes, so when the whole conversation becomes all about their therapies, problems, and appointments, and medical concern, and everything that the child lacks in, or everything that the child cannot do. But little do you know that the child also hears what you say. The child is also noticing. The child is also starting to feel that, oh my God, this is what my parents are saying, this is what people are thinking about, that I am defined by my disability, and the disability is the whole thing that defines me and people notice about. And whether disabled or not, a human being is a human being. Each one of us have our goals, aims, hobbies, interest area, and there are somewhere or the other where we're good in. It's not just about where we're lacking in. So rather talk about something that they enjoy, something that they're good at, not the whole disability thing. This is what this point is about. The whole disability becomes an identity, and that's where the disability becomes more concerned than the child. The child is where you need to put in the center and you need to get concerned about. The fifth point I want to speak on is when parents constantly worry about the future. Okay, I completely understand to worry about their child's future, safety, education, or independence, and overall life is completely understandable. This is what every parents fear, this is what every parents worry about, and it also affects them emotionally. But hearing all this kind of fear and stress, like an example, parents often say, what will happen to my child after me? Will they survive on their own? Will they be okay without me? Or will they be okay without the help of others? All these kind of concern or questions often arise naturally, and these fears are real. I get it. But when the child hears only stress and fear, like I said, around them all the same time, it will become just naturally like a burden to them. They will start feeling like there is no hope at all for me, because even my parents sees no future for me, it's completely dark. So this is where the child stopped even trying without knowing where they're capable at, and so I suggest that even if it is difficult, even if it is hard, please improve where you can also play a role of support. Sometimes even parents can do a role play. You can become a friend to them, or you can even become a peer group to them. That's in your own style. So what I'm suggesting is appreciate what they're good at. Do not worry so much on their failure. Everybody have their own pace and time to grow, so take it step by step every single day, because it is only when you create an environment of support and hope, you are going to allow the child to grow more healthier and to grow more happier. Alright, that was all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you will like and appreciate it once again if it was ever helpful. Remember that whatever we are doing, it is only and only to spread the awareness, and we hope we will keep on doing it, and we will keep on getting supporters like every one of you. So if you find this video ever useful or helpful in any way, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is Hamta, and I'm signing off for now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.